Okay, Hilchos Tefillin Halacha Vav, we're holding by Siman Lamed Beis. V'zeh b'chinas Sfiras Ha'omer v'Shavuos Shu Matan Torah. And that is the b'china of Sfiras Ha'omer and Shavuos, which is Matan Torah. Kivashem b'Torah, it is explained in the Torah. Shaldei b'chinas Ruach Elokim, through that aspect of Ruach Elokim. Shemekablin al deshurim dasmoim atzadik, that you receive by seeing the tzaddik, by having the tzaddik see you. Aldei zeh zochin lamshich chidusha b'ur Torah. This is how a person brings about chidusha and b'ur Torah, which is b'chinas Kabbalah Torah. And Sham. כל זה אי אפשר לזכוס, כי על ידי הצדיק הגדול. The only way you can get it is if you get through, the real McCoy, the big tzaddik, שהוא קדוש גדול, מאוד, בקדושת הבריס, that is really, very sanctified in קדושת הבריס. The B'chinas Kedusha is a precious Moshe, like the Kedusha and the sanctity of Moshe Rabbeinu. וצריך כל אחד מישראל, and each Jew must bring upon himself מקדושוסוי ופרישוסוי, כמו שמתן תורה. In Matan Torah, Moshe Rabbeinu extended this sanctity, this Kedusha, on everyone. 3 days before Matan Torah, nobody had anything to do with their wives. He brought it upon everybody. Be ready for 3 days, as we said before. Then every person is zoche to bring upon himself expression of the Torah the way it's supposed to be. Shu b'chinas Kabbalah Torah. That's the Kabbalah Torah. This, once you get the Torah, then brings about Yira, which is the busha. That's the embarrassment. That's the shyness. So that Yira should be on your face. So you should not sin. V'abusha b'chinas tshuva. That embarrassment, that busha is the tshuva. That's the eternal life. And that you're zoiche to the eternal life of Olam Haba. שבחינת הנובה אמיתיס. שנחיה בחינת שיפלוס והנובה של משה שנעלם אצל כל אחד ואחד. That is the true humbleness that awakens in a bechina of shiflus and a nova of Moshe Rabbeinu, which, as we said, is intrinsic in every single limb and organ of every single Jew. And this is as it says in the Torah. And it says, we already said that Geulas Mitzrayim and all the Geulas, all the salvations, is only possible at Tchias HaMeisim. שזה אי אפשר להקים על ידי קבלת התורה כנ"ל. וזה מחמאה שמצרים היה בלתי אפשר לקבל את התורה מיבוא איזו ומסו, and since it was impossible in Mitzrayim to receive the Torah because of the great filth. על כן, קשה הגאולה מאוד. That's why the Geula is very, very difficult. השם יצבור בחמלוסו ונפלאותיו הגדולים. Baruch Hu, this great Rachmanis, and his incredible miracles. Dileg al haketz, he jumped over, he skipped the kids. He went over to the kids. Ve'ir aleim, and he shined upon them me'oro atzumo, a tremendous illumination. Shelo badraga v'shelo keseder. It's even though keseder had to go through everything, but nevertheless, Kadosh Baruch Hu brought upon them which shelo keseder. Even though they didn't achieve Tikkun HaBris properly, I did not eradicate the contamination of Mitzrayim from them. Didn't get the Torah then. The tremendous mentalities, expanded intellects, even though they were not fit for them. So there's nigalu, and that brings the geula. That's the essence of Pesach. Lishon dilug v'kfitza. The springing and Pesach, that skipping. That the illumination of the das, of the awareness, came to them with tremendous illumination, without step-by-step process. Just bam, it just all came in. That's why the chametz is forbidden there. After Pesach, מתחילים תכף להמשיך על עצמן, המויכים והדס, בהדרוגו ובמידו מיום אל יום. After the Pesach, we start immediately to pull upon us, the realizations and the awareness and the increase in das, step by step, in a midah, badrogo, yom el yom, day by day, through the mitzvah Sfira Sa'omer, as the Kavanah said. The main thing is al b'mei Sfira, what we do in the time of the Sfira, the main thing we're getting out of is the filth and the tumah of Mitzrayim. In other words, you're doing two things. It's a two-pronged process, so to speak. On one hand, you clean yourself from the dirt of Mitzrayim. On the other hand, you get educated, you get broad-minded more, your skin gets broadened and bigger, and you become smarter, and you realize you are aware of the Malchus of HaKadosh Baruch Hu more and more, step by step, like, when you're teaching a child, can, jump into quantum physics, from the moment go. Start Aleph, Beis, Gimel, 2 plus 2, and then you go, with multiplications, divisions, and then you go, in the power, and then, the sinus and cosinus and whatever it is, and you go to geometry, and you go to, slowly you build it, over years until he gets to the das. And, if he has a kishron, you get to quantum physics. But if but to jump, you take a theory of, okay, listen. So then we do it. On one hand, we're taken out of the dirt of Mitzrayim. On the other hand, every day, Badrogo B'Sfir. He says, the main dirt of Mitzrayim is Gamabris. Therefore, the children of Cham, what Cham means hot. The Mechamic Guf and the Barnash Ba'avera, that heats up the person's body in Avera. While Kenim Shtufe Zimaka, that's Mitzrayim, they were like drowning in this filth. You can see every nation, what they speak about is that midah that they're afflicted by the most. Esav, the Christian world, which are roitzchim, shef chedam, they talk about Rachmones, Tzabal Chayes, everything is like Rachmones. Because they're the biggest murderers. The Shmuel, they are the biggest Tufa Zima there is. Zima, they're that dirt, that dirty, it's just, the guy told me that, that he's a Kablan, that his guys are Arabs working for him. He says the entire conversation with him is about relationships. About relations, not relationships, but relations. About filth. There's nothing. This the entire being is steeped in that. So they're talking about sneers, cover up the faces. Whatever it is whatever front they put tells you exactly what type of that the Muslim they're concealing. They're Mitzrayim were like filth shebe filth. The Iker Golos Mitzrayim. That's the main.
But I'll wait till after the share.
Okay. There was Iker Golos Mitzrayim. She's that kachushan kmo b'kur abal. It's like they were cleansed out there, like a melting pot, a smelting pot. Como שכותב הוציא אתכם מכור הברזל, I took it out of the smelting pot of iron. והכל, and everything. What was the purpose? All the sparkles of the seeds that were spilled by Odom Harishon. They had to go through this bitter Golos of Mitzrayim. שיעבור עליהם מה שעבר. And whatever will go upon them will go upon them. שרצו הסתרה אחריו והקליפוס לבלוע אותם חס ושלום מזמוסם גדולו. הסתרה אחריו, the clippers wanted to swallow the mamish in their great filth. והם צעקו בכל פעם על השם, and they scream each and every time to Hashem, עד שזכו לגאולה, until they finally was זוכה לגאולה. אף פי שלא היה כדאי, and even though they were not fit for the גאולה, they didn't merit it. They didn't hold by that. This is the thing that passes on every single person. That all these thoughts and all these confusions and all these trials and tribulations that go over him, every single day, they want to swallow him, mamish, chas v'sholom. Everything is for the person's good. So the dafka through those trials and tribulations, when all these things that you don't want to happen to you, and all the pressures and all the anguish and all the suffering side that others make you suffer, side that you make yourself suffer. Why do I keep on doing this again and again and again, and I can't get out of it, and I like, if only I didn't do this, or do that, all these kind of, which is narishkeit. If a person have a really Yishuv Adas, you are where you are, you're holding where you're holding, and you keep on having ritzonos, good longings to be the way you're supposed to be and to do what you're supposed to do. V'zeh. Just live your life. Life is not, it's not a story. It's not a movie. Life is life. It's what it is. It's not a. But nevertheless, this is all the like Am Yisrael had to go through the Galus Samar of Mitzrayim, the very same way that they had to go through the Galus of Mitzrayim. Every person has to go through this. He says, and all the Yehurim, and all the Bilbulim, and all the sufferings that a person has to go, you want to swallow him up, mamish. Everything is netevosai. Everything is for your own good. And this is dafka will cleanse you and will take away the shtisim, the mishigas, and will clean you out, whiten you out. Kamuvu b'toyor etzitzo meichanaf ikrucha anu ba'ad de'al. This is what Rabbeinu says in Simon Chav Zayin. That's why immediately the day after Pesach, you have to start cleansing yourself from the filth of Mitzrayim. Zomas Mitzrayim. And to pull upon yourself this holy awareness. So that you can get Kabbalas Torah, you get the Torah on Shavuos. That's why you have to bring, this quantity of se'ir, and to wave it. You have to start the days of the Sphere from that day. Ki atara ve'mizumes Mitzrayim, the main purification from the filth of Mitzrayim, is to clean us out, to cleanse ourselves from Pgam HaBris. That's who Pgam HaDas, because Pgam HaBris is Pgam HaDas. To bring upon ourselves the Kedusha and the sanctity, the holiness and sanctity of Moshe Rabbeinu. Is when the Das is totally clean. When the Das is totally clean of any kind of vestige of Olam Hazeh, of Pgam, then V'yadas Elakim, then you know Hashem, then you can bring the Elokus of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to the Das, B'fchinas Atares El HaDas Ki Hashem Elokim, that you can show the Das that Hashem is Elokim. But this depends on the Kedusha Sabris. We said at least once before, and it bears saying again, the Das that we get from a Bechina that is above us, a Mashpia that is above us. And that Hashpah comes down to us, Bechina Dochel Nukva. The aspect which is above us, the spirituality that we reach for, we yearn for, is like a male. And we are the receptacle, we are the female. When it says, that Am Yisrael is the Kala of the Kodesh Baruch Hu. Am Yisrael is like the bride of Kodesh Baruch Hu. So basically, the Hashpah from above comes down, from the one who bestows to the one who receives through the Bechinas of Yesod. That's the thing that brings it about. Now, the thing is that when the Yesod comes to you, the Yesod always comes down with Orla. It comes out with Orla. It comes with Orla. The thing is that you have to remove the Orla, which means that any kind of new das, you can say every kind of new das that comes to you, there's a way to misinterpret it. There's a way to misinterpret it. Because you're not the way you're 100% supposed to be. So there's a way to misinterpret it. You can see that there were many tzaddikim, there were great tzaddikim, they went into certain madrigas and suddenly, bam, they went off course. Like the Kohen Gadol at age 80 became tzduki, or, Koirach, that Koirach Minasa Oranaya, the Kohen used to carry the Oran Kodesh. And it says, he came to be Cholek on Moshe Rabbeinu. And he says, so why does so all the Shvatim, this was 60,000, that was 72,000, there's 50,000, Levi, 22,000. What happened? Levi, whoa, what's the story? So the Menach says, Melamed Shea Oren Mechal B'hem. Anybody that would carry the Oren, Shevet Levi used to carry the Oren. Okay? You carried the Oren, a person carried the Oren, and has a Machshava Zora, it's like this blue license, for the flies, zzzt, on the spot. Melamed Shea Oren Mechal B'hem, the Oren was decimated. Koirach Minose Oren. In other words, that was his job. Korach was one of the people, one of the carriers of the ark, which means on a daily basis he could keep himself without any machshava zara, without not an ayot. Minoisa Oren. It wasn't that he got once or twice. That was his job on a day-to-day basis. It said the Torah says Moshe Rabbeinu. What?
His wife got him. Right?
Yeah, but the point is that
she told him something.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah. So, but the point is that the wife is a teres bala. That's according to the way that he saw that Moshe Rabbeinu is melech, Aaron Cohen is Kohen Gadol, and then there were three brothers, was Amras, Keas, and what was the third one?
Merari?
Yeah, I think so. So, the son of Merari was Nasi, Shevet Levi. Of course, that's it, up to here. If you said, Moshe and Aaron, whatever it is, that the sons of the Bechor, of Amram, okay. Now you're jumping over me, you're skipping over me, and you're going to the son. No, that's it. The whole thing is false. It's rigged elections. Let's make re-elections. Kol Kedushim, and then it comes out with the message of Rachmanis. It's not for me. It's not for me. It's for you. It's for the people. It's for the B'Shemesh people. I have Rachmanis for you. Kol Ha'ila Kulam Kedoshim. I'm just Kol Ha'ila Kol Kedoshim. It's for you. It's for you. Listen, being a mayor is a dirty, rotten job, but I'm willing to accept upon myself, because I love you, because I'm being I want
to be kapara.
Yeah, I want to be a kapara. I want to just like, but the point is that the higher you go, the more chances of misinterpreting the ha'ara that you. By the way, are you? By any chance making coffee?
Yeah.
One spoon this, one spoon that.
Why was he?
Yes.
What about you?
I just had one. They made me. Thanks. למה באמת עברו? Why did they pass him up?
Moshe Rabbeinu said he was so great, he didn't know what job to give him. He was so great, they didn't know what job to give him.
Did he send him a letter? I mean, thank you.
It comes to tell you that in that message alone there was his nisayon. It was his nisayon. In that that split second, whatever it is, bam. But you see that, so mimele, the yesod that comes for you, the thing is mashpia you, the shefa, they have to remove the orla.
That's you.
You have to remove the orla. But how can you remove the orla?
The orla is slenu orla.
So how do you remove the orla from the yesod is mashpia to you? When you remove your orla, that removes the orla from the pchina that is mashpia to you. That's why in Sfir Sa'omer it's bad bevad. You have to be mekadosh yourself. It says because it's a two-pronged process. You have to get out of the filth of Mitzrayim, and you have to get the Oros Hadas and the Moichin step by step through the mitzvah of Sfira. But the truth of the matter is they're both one, because it's through the fact that you are cleansing yourself from the filth of Mitzrayim that you're zocht to mekabel the new das that comes in properly, not misinterpreted. You're basically, what you're doing is you're removing the orla from the yesod of the spirit to you. That's the way it goes. So vikar atom zom mitzayim to be moshech the precious Moshe Rabbeinu kedushas hadas, v'zeh b'chinas omer sa'orim, and this is that quantity of sa'orim ki ikar ator mimgam abris, the main purification from the blemish of the covenant, that goes through purification of the thought process. That every person, no matter where you are, no matter how you are, you have to guard yourself from now on, that your machshava should not stray. A person should know that he all the time he has the freedom to control his thought and not let it stray. Thing is that it is a very, very common process for people to let themselves loose in their own head, figuring that hey, I ain't not doing nothing. Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. It's. But they don't
You get
realize.
too close to the fire. So.
No, even without this leading to something. Yeah, about the ICs and the heart wants, and even with the point is that taras, everything starts with taras hamachshava. Everything's got the purity of thought, and the purity of thought is the answer is no. My head is pulling me that way, and I'm saying no. I'm not willing to think it. And it comes to you and it goes down, and it's like speaking to you in this really sultry voice. Coming
Electric
to you
fence like two miles away.
It comes to you and it says, but you want to think it.
I want to think it. Do it. משליך הכל בשנייה.
בסדר, but I'm not talking about doing. I'm talking about even when a person is not doing, and it comes to the person, and it comes with this kind of, oh man, you want it, and here's paradise. Come on, sailor, just let go. I'm going to show you some good time. It's like just come on in, come one, come all. It's like. Yeah, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be like so incredible. Like, man, unbelievable. It's gonna be absolutely unbelievable. The one thing that people don't realize, that people forget again and again and again, is that the Avera has two sides. One of them is smeared with honey, and the other side is smeared with poison. That they say that there's something which is called kafakela. Kafakela is a state of being when, after a person, Allah Aleinu, leaves this world, and the deeds that the person did in this world warrant him to kafakela. What is kafakela? Kafakela basically means slingshot.
Catapult, yeah.
The catapult. You're going from one end of the world to the next. You see, the thing is that while a person is in this world, the mind of a person is confined to the brain and the nervous system. The brain and nervous system is not tools for thinking that enables you to do things. What they are, these are slow down, step down mechanisms that lowers the total awareness, the instant total awareness of the neshama. Before the brain and the nerve system go into action by a baby, in its mother's belly, he sees from beginning of the world to the end. He's aware of absolutely everything. He's learned the entire Torah. There's no limits. The minute it comes out, he says the Malach comes and smacks him on his mouth. What is this Malach that smacks in the mouth? What is it? This comes a certain kind of little guy, with big wings, whatever it is, go, book. What is this? But the point is that a Malach is a principle. The body of a Malach is a principle. All the storm winds is the principle behind the physical principle behind the storm is a Malach. That's the body of the Malach. The neshama of the Malach is the Ruach Elokim, which permeates the physical principle and make it work. As Rabbeinu says in Torah Lametches, Ruach Sa'ora Osa Dvarai. That what is Ruach Sa'ora Osa Dvarai? He says, the Rebbe says that the Sa'ora is, that the principle of storm has both. It has Samechei, which is Gematria Adne, right? Is the name of Hashem, and you have Ra, the Reish Ayin, which is the body of the Malach. So when the Samechei and the Ra are separated, it's nice weather, nice smooth sailing weather. But when the Dibur of Hashem, which is Ad Shemesh Kitaf, which is Adne, the Samechei, gets fused together with the Reish Ayin, the Ruach Sarah, then it becomes a storm, and becomes a hurricane or a tsunami or whatever it is that happens. Same thing happens with all malachim. Their bodies are various principles. Some of them principles of scientific principles in this world, like in Ruach Sarah. Some of them, the malachim of higher realms, like the malachim, the Yitzir, the Kamachol, the Bria. They have different names, different oilams. All the time, the malach is principle, which means that the minute a person comes into this world, he gets this in of Dibur. This is the oilam of Dibur. This is the oilam where from here you communicate in all avodas Hashem. Everything is done really through the in of Dibur. It's oilam of Dibur. It says that this is the oilam of Malchus, which is oilam Malchus Peh. The minute the baby is born, that freedom of this expansion of das and sight gets subjugated to the physicality of this world. It's locked in to a cell or to a jail of a physical body with brain and nervous system. What gets, it's a malach comes and smacks on the mouth, on the end of this is the world of the mouth, this is the world of the malchus, this is the world of the deed. So the principle, bangs this out, so everything becomes forgotten. What does it become forgotten? Everything is squeezed down into this kind of step-down system. So here you live your life, now you have choice, and not only this, it also, that slowdown makes it so that you are able to forget things, which is very, very important. Rabbeinu says, that the Olam holds that forgetting is a very bad thing. He says, but the truth is that it's also a very good thing. Because if a person would remember everything he did at all times, he'll never be able to come to Kodesh Baruch Hu. He will be a total wreck. So
die from Tav.
Yeah. So it's this particular system that allows people, not to see and to live as if that, even when they know it, to live as if it's not applicable. Like, everybody knows that he's going to die. So how can people do Averos? You live in what we call a suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
The disbelief is suspended. So all the stories are possible. If you're saying, let's say that person could fly, and he's like, faster than a speeding bullet. He can leap a building in a single tall building, a single leap. Can stop a train. And can do whatever it is. But he's susceptible to kryptonite. All right. Let's say that it's possible. Okay. All right. So now you have Superman. But if you say, let's say you said all this thing, a person says, nah, that's not possible. That's it. No Superman, no comic books, nothing. In other words, so in order to be able for the story to be told, you have to suspend your disbelief. Not take the disbelief and put it aside. Okay, let's say that it's possible. The whole Yitzhara lives in a suspension of disbelief. That's the principle of the Yitzhara.
It's making us forget everything.
Yeah, let's say that you will live forever. Let's say that we live forever. Okay. Then everything is possible. Then everything is to the point that it spoils and spoils and spoils. Aden Ketz Mamish. They say that Rosh Chochmah says, don't recall where I saw it. When a person, Rabbi Kaplan explains that when a person leaves this world, what he sheds is that jail. You leave it behind. And suddenly, you know everything all over again. You know everything you did.
Cool. That's kind of scary.
It is not kind of scary. It is very scary. Everything becomes self-evident on the spot. And there's nowhere to hide. In this world, you can close your eyes and not see. You can go to sleep and not feel. There's no eyes to close. There's no sleep to run. There's nowhere to run to.
That's the black gay that he's talking about?
No, this is in Avkaf Kela where you you did it here, and you did this, and you did that, and you're all over the place. At Kadikach, the only thing that a person can do to sort of like close out a little bit of this deluge of horrible realizations from all sides is to concentrate on the body that they left behind. And instead of nafsho alav te'eval, and then the body disintegrates. You know, it's like they said that the I think it's the Zohar brings this marshal of what is actually happening with the neshamas of people that were committing adultery. You know, nichshal and these inyonim. And it says that they're sitting there, you know, the kiviyachol, you know, they're sitting there, undressed, men and women. And I think like it says like during the day they collect the wood and afterwards they burn themselves. Whatever the mashal is, these are all mashalim. This is not obviously a physical thing. But he says that everybody's sitting there naked. And he says like, wow, yeah, that's cool. You know, that's like the Playboy mentioned, right? Like I said, but the point is that it's about as sexy as a morgue, literally. You know, as the Gemara says, you know, you want to know what the Torah is all about. You know, you take a beautiful woman and you chop her up and you offer up the pieces. How sexy is that? There's nothing there. There's nothing there. On the one side of the taiva, it is like, man, it's so good. It's gonna be so good, man. It is like, wow, forget about it, man. You're gonna have the time of your life. And the other side, the after the mice is bitter. It should be bitter. Should be bitter. So Wilson says it all starts with Asa Machshava. It all starts with the purity of the thought. He says because you have to remember this good that the Machshava is in your hands to sway it the way that you want. The minute Machshava comes in, he says, "Yeah, know something. Let's visit." No. Come on, man. Don't be a sissy. You know, come on, do it. No, I'm not willing to think that. And if you catch yourself that you're already thinking that, you're already now you stop. No, I'm not willing to think that. It doesn't matter. Whenever it is that you call, even Yosef HaTzadik, they say that, you know, that he came to the house that day. You know, so Rashi says, you know, there are 2 days. One says he came to do cheshbonos, and one says that he actually came to be with her, right? And he stopped himself and the whole. So why does he have to go through this whole thing just to stop himself, whatever? To show you that even if it got you to the point, you know, that Yosef was supposed to have 12 tribes coming from him, right? And 10 drops came out of the 10 fingers because he held himself. But he wasn't able, you know, he held himself not to be with her. But nevertheless, you know, the drops already separated. 10 of the 12 drops already separated, so only had 2 shvatim come from him. So that even if you already fell in it, even if you're already there, you know, you're halfway to Oklahoma, you know, like, stop there. Stop now. Wherever you catch yourself, stop. Don't move. Don't go ahead. Don't move ahead. But, man, you're already there. Come on. No come on, no batich. Stop right here. So. He says, because the machshava is in your hands to sway the way you want. It's like a horse. אלא כל אשר יחפוץ יטה אותו. The way that you want it, this is how you can swing it. אפילו כבר הורגל המחשב תהיה לצאת לחוצה הרבה, even if you're already used to it. You know, on Wikipedia, on under the term of somebody who is thinking about all the things he shouldn't, is your picture. You can still bring it back to derech hayosher. It's like a horse that swayed from the derech. You can catch him by the reins, even if he doesn't. You can direct him to the straight way. It is not possible to be two thoughts in the mind at the same time. So, what the trick is? The trick is, think a good thought. It is a must that the bad machshava, will be pushed in all the thoughts. It is not possible that two thoughts will go through the mind at the same time. As Rabbeinu says, Likutei Tanina Siman Gimel. But you have to repeat this. And to repeat it and remember it well. Each time, every day, at all time. Because a lot of people, a lot of Avrechim, we're caught in that. This already brings whatever that it brings. Why? Why does it happen? Like they feel that as if the machshava is not in their hands, chas v'sholom. It's not so. The thought is always in the hands of it. It always starts with the thought process. It always starts with the thought process. It's like the eating of even drugs, even addictions and alcohol, whatever it is. It starts with a thought. It starts with a thought. You let the thought go in. You go after the thought. That's it. You're toast. You're dead meat. It doesn't matter. It can be food. It can be alcohol. It can be drugs. It can be anything. This is the remez of Sfiras HaOmer. This is what to purify the machshava shemamoyach, the thought which is in the moyach, from the blemish of the covenant, and to bring upon yourself the sanctity of the das. That's why the reason you have to bring barley. You have to bring dafka sa'urim. Barley is a food of behemoths. The koich of the behemoth, the food of the behemoth represents the level of the imagination, of the comparing force that you have in you. That's the source of all the bilbulim, the kol hadimyonis, all the bilbulim come from the medama. As we say, medama cleaning services, right? MCS, but through the mitzvah of the Sa'urim, that you take the food of the medama and you bring it to, you elevate it away from this world. You sift the medama, you purify the medama, and what comes on a person is kedusha, that you'll be able to hold himself strong. That the person should be able to withstand all the thoughts and all the room, all the noise that come from koach hamadama. The truth is, even as the madama is as strong as it is, even that the person already doesn't know if he's coming or going in his own mind already. It is very easy to purify it. Just sit, don't do. Start from now. Whatever happened, forget it. From now on, grab your machshava that it doesn't go out. Even when if sometimes, it happens, boom, you find yourself thinking about reel it in. The minute you remember, you realize it, grab it in. Have inside your head a machshava that is clean and kosher. כן, לחשוב יד האדם תמיד, the thought is all the time in your hands, כי אי אפשר שיכנס במוח ישנם עכשיו בשום אופן, it is not possible to be two thoughts in your head at the same time. This will continue with Hashem tomorrow. Can you please press el button?